So I feel like taking over the world would be pretty cool. So that's what we're going to be doing in today's video. Now, there are a couple methods I can think of to take over the world. The first one is an overwhelming show of force or huge armies. And although I can bench 73 pounds and my biceps look like turkey legs, I don't know if that's enough to take over the world. Now, the next step is cyber warfare and cyber attacks. I don't have 8 monitors and a pair of sunglasses, so that one's out of the picture. The last method is psychological warfare. Now, this one sounds like my type of jam. Now, the first step to taking over the world via psychological warfare is being able to read minds. So that's what we're going to be doing today. Hello homies, welcome to another step on my journey to become the undisputed king of YouTube. Recently, I heard that neural networks are literally cracked at Fortnite, so I did some research, and during my research I wondered, can neural networks read my mind? This is the main idea of the video. So this is the plan. Step 1. Write down 1 to 2,000 random numbers that I think of. Step 2. Train a neural network to recognize patterns in those numbers. Step 3. Conquer the world with my AI genie. Step 4. Turn the universe into Minecraft. And finally, step 5. Flex my speed bridging on everyone else. So if you're a non that doesn't know what a neural network is, a neural network is a computing system or algorithm that seeks to identify underlying relationships and patterns in data sets. You can kind of think of it as like an artificial brain that tries to recognize patterns in data. So the idea is that I give the neural network a bunch of random numbers that I think of, and then it will find patterns and relationships in that data, and then be able to predict what number I'm thinking of based on those patterns and relationships. So the first thing I did was actually input all the numbers. Also, at that time, I thought it would be good to run some tests to see how frequent I thought of each number. And also around this time, I wonder if there was any tests to measure randomness. So I did some research, and apparently there are, and although it has a fancy name, all the results were pretty much bogus and had no meaning. So it was around this time that I started researching how neural networks work and how to build them. And by researching how neural networks work, I really mean hippity hoppity, your code is my property. It was around this time I became extremely confused. The code that I copied and pasted didn't work. I was very surprised. I even made some graphs, looked it up again, and it still didn't work. So for the first time in my programming career, I'm actually gonna learn how to program. So I found a neural networks from scratch book by Centex and began building a neural network, and after a couple hours I had a very rudimentary neural network up. It had very little optimization and was very inefficient, but when I ran it I was pleasantly surprised by how well that it worked. And here's my original reaction. Wait, what? It has a 23% accuracy? Wait, what? That's actually cracked at Fortnite. Oh my god. Let's go! Okay, well, how about we add another? So my neural network was predicting the numbers I thought of with 23% accuracy. If you were to guess the numbers randomly, you'd get an 11% accuracy because it's 1 through 9. That's a 12% increase with an inefficient, unoptimized neural network. This was my first realization that this project could actually work. So it was around this time I started making optimizations and adding more input data, and I'll just let you listen to a sped up version of me typing in input data. So I kept inputting more data and optimizing my neural network. Around here I also tried to switch to TensorFlow. It didn't work, so I gave up for the time being and just went back to optimizing my normal neural network. So I became a little bit worried about my neural network overfitting my random numbers. So I got 1,000 truly random numbers and tested my network, and it was guessing them with 11% accuracy, which is exactly what it should be because they're random numbers. So I switched from my scrappy handmade neural network to TensorFlow, which made everything way easier. My entire neural network was like 15 lines of code, which was amazing. Now comes optimization. So I was manually recording the accuracy of different variations of my neural network, and this took forever. And I found out that there's actually a library that just does all of it for you. So unfortunately, I lost the last part of the footage, but I didn't really do much. I just made a GitHub and I optimized the neural network all the way up to 27%, which is absolutely crazy. The fact that some algorithm I threw together in Python in a couple hours can guess the number I'm thinking of with 27% accuracy is just crazy and super impressive. There's still a ton of things that this project could be. There could be a CAPTCHA with random numbers. That's one idea. And the main limitation is I just don't have enough data. I'm the only person entering data for it. So if you want to help rewrite the code and make it better, or input data, or just get involved with the project in general, comment your Discord thing and I'll add you and DM you. Also, liking and subbing would also be helping out the project and help me out a lot. So thanks for watching the video. I hope you enjoyed.